Yeah, I use for the cover of the show. I use Donald Glover and Pharrell Williams as examples of to me. I look at them as two different types of nerds. One is like they're both highly successful, but one is a nerd. Like I feel like Pharrell is definitely a nerd. I feel like if you don't know that he's a nerd, you obviously don't know Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's followed
Right.
his career and is into what he's into, you know that he's a super nerd. I mean, for even his a movie about his life, he decided to do it in Lego. That's so Pharrell, like for real, for real.
Hmm.
But then you see Donald Glover, where it's like Pharrell knows how to turn it on and off. I think that's the difference. Pharrell is like, I know when it's time to get some. All right, I got to turn this down. I know if I'm dealing with these hip hop dudes, I can't be too much of this or too much of that. He's still going to be himself. If he's going to run skateboard, wear tight pants, he's always going to be that naturally. But he understands when he's in certain environments, you're going to make adjustments. Whereas
Balance.
right. I think he has a little bit of a balance. Whereas when you are dealing with Donald Glover, like Donald Glover has chosen to exist in his nerddom, and every decision, if you look at every film decision he's ever made, he's never tried to be like, I'm gonna go for a blockbuster. Like I'm gonna create the big TV show that's gonna take us. Like Atlanta is weird, like
I
period.
love Atlanta
You
though.
know what I'm saying? Atlanta
It's
is
so
weird.
good though.
No, I agree. It's a phenomenal show, but it's not phenomenal because it's big, box office vibe. It's great because it's just great. And then
Uh,
every character he's ever played has not been normal. It's been weird. Like he's always had these weird characters. He made Lando Calrissian weird. The coolest guy in the Star Wars universe. He made that nigga weird. He made him cool, but he made him weird. Even when he does a TV show about spies, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's
mhm.
it's weird. Like it's not weird in a bad way. It's just different and weird and
Mhm.
nuanced and has all this stuff. So like, I feel like to me that was my impression of nerd versus nerdy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because both of them are, at their core what they are, but I feel like it's about what people see versus what people don't see. And that's just my
Mhm.
perspective because I think that every girl they don't really be knowing niggas. They just see stuff on the outside. So like, yeah, it could be the same dude, but if the dude wears a Pokemon t-shirt at the club, what you wearing at? But if another dude, the same dude was to like wear a nice shirt that night and not had the Pokemon stuff on, she's gonna be like, oh, but he'll talk about it, but he won't go too far into it. She'll be like, oh, that's cute. He a nerdy guy, but
Mhm.
know how to turn it on and turn it off.
The ability to code switch.
Facts. You just have to do that.
And that's just like women. And just any like guys want, a woman to have balance, right?
Mhm.
So like there's that ability to code switch is important to a lot of men. So I think it goes both ways.